evenings, staying cozy and warm at sporting events.
Capable of doing anything that you put your mind to.
You are watching HSN and the launch of the brand new Nicki Minaj fragrance Majesty Exotic Edition. You're looking at the exclusive, beautiful.
Hey, have you guys seen the new Star Wars movie?
3.4 fluid.
Yeah. Are there any good reviews?
I know! Let's see what Doug Walker had to say! Yeah!
Universal discount.
Oh, that is funny.
Why is a Republic ship shooting?
I don't know.
Hello, sir.
Ah!
Lisa got the company. Lisa got the company. Lisa got the company.
It's not something you explain. It's something.
I'm gonna say something I never thought I'd say in my entire life. I'd rather be watching the holiday special right now.
So, angry men want money. You, giant octopuses that come out of nowhere. None of it tying into the story. Oh yes.
So Kylo Ren talks.
What the heck was that?
Ring a bell as having been done before.
Stop yelling at me.
I don't really care, Doug.
I know, it's just...
I don't think so. Not really. Stupid. Hey, have you guys seen the new Alvin and the Chipmunks movie?
Oh, I haven't seen any of them. What?
Hey! I know. We can watch this. Yay!
But wait, Shane, why are we starting with the Squeakquel?
Alright, Shane, put it in!
With crutches. So guys, what'd you think about Alvin and the Chipmunks the Squeakquel?
I loved it!
Me too.
I'm really contemplating stabbing this into my eye.
Oh, he doesn't mean it.
He's kidding.
Yeah.
So
No, we all really
Squeakquel.
appreciated the Squeakquel.
Yeah. It had the Chipettes in it. They're so
yeah,
hot.
it's so great. I love when they sing Van Halen. That's making me not want to listen to Van Halen anymore.
Yeah.
So,
and you remember the Chipettes when they were naked?
yeah, that was great.
That was a great scene.
Yeah,
Totally.
Yeah.
And remember when their voices were squeaky? Oh wait, that was the whole
Oh
movie.
yeah.
Oh yeah. That was awesome. Okay. Well, being that this is my first
Yes, Sean,
scene of
please tell us what you
anything-
thought about the Squeakquel.
Anything Alvin and the Chipmunks. You want me to tell you the plot?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright,
Sum
so
it
the
up.
plot, which I already figured out about.
You figured this out like a third of the way in the movie.
I swear to God. Alright. The plot, guys, if you can believe this is totally new, brand new plot. Okay?
Never been done before.
Never in the history of film or literature. The Chipmunks go to school. But that's not all.
What?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Because Dave
Oh,
is in
that's
the
not
hospital, so they go to school and they meet the Chipettes. But that's not all. The Chipettes go with that stupid bald guy. I don't care what his name is. He's the villain from the first one. Ian.
He's the weird glasses dude.
Yeah. Ian gets the Chipettes and promises it's basically the same thing from the original, I guess. I haven't seen the original, but you
It's
were
the
telling
same
me
thing
it's
as
the
the
same thing
original.
from the original.
No,
I wanted to see the squirrels. Where are the squirrels in this one?
It's
Alright.
like,
And then the rest of the plot, Alvin joins the football team. But that's not all. He freaking ditches his other brothers. And if you can believe this, guys, his lesson is that family is the most important thing. So brand new! Here,
let's
man.
run through the cast so everybody knows, because these people are big people.
Alright, who do we blame?
Justin Long plays Alvin.
I can never watch Jeepers Creepers again now.
Matthew Gray Gubler of Criminal Minds fame
Okay.
plays Simon. Jesse McCartney plays Theodore.
Oh my gosh.
And then, God, I forget the Chipette's name, but Amy Poehler, she plays the Alvin Chipette.
What?
Yeah,
Really?
that's Amy
Oh,
Poehler.
Brittany? I figured out the
I
name.
didn't see Inside Out.
Anna
for a
Faris
long time.
plays the Simon.
That one doesn't surprise me.
It makes sense. I mean, yeah. And Christina Applegate plays the Theodore.
That one
Chipette.
also does. Those two don't surprise me, actually.
Amy Poehler was in this movie.
I just lost all respect for Amy Poehler and Justin Long that I possibly ever had.
No, but what I was saying is like Jason Lee. I bet he was like, dude, I really don't want to do this movie. And they're like, well, how about this? We'll like write you out in the first 2 minutes of the film.
We'll give you a couple scenes throughout the
And you
movie.
can like show up in the call and we'll film you on 2 days. And he's like, all right, I'll.
He had to do the thing with the crutches though.
You're right.
I mean,
They
that,
had to do that.
that was pretty bad.
I'm sure he at least demanded like $1,000 for that scene alone, because I would have.
It was an award-winning scene.
So,
For sure.
So, let's just go back. Let's go through the description here and see if it's accurate. all right?
Okay, go ahead.
So, Chipmunk singing sensations Alvin, Simon, and Theodore are back for an encore in this hilarious Squeakquel.
Hilarious. I don't know. I think you should have put the quotes around the word hilarious and not Squeakquel, but keep going.
Squeakquel. Packed with more music, well, probably, more action, and more nutty fun for the whole family. That's
Nutty
There was a
fun.
Vietnam flashback in this movie. That counts as action.
Yes, that's true.
Nutty fun, guys. There's nutty fun here.
When a concert mishap lands Dave, Jason Lee, okay, I was right, in the hospital, the Chipmunks take a break from superstardom and enroll in school to fit in with kids their age.
Kids their age. Are these? To be fair, how old are the Chipmunks supposed to be? We don't know, do we?
What's
I don't
a
know,
chipmunk
it's like
lifespan?
in the cartoon, they're supposed to be like, I always thought them like 6th graders, 7th graders, kind of like that age, you know, where they're older kids that can kind of handle themselves at the same time they're still kids, you know.
Yeah.
And this one's like purporting them to be
So
seniors.
this is kind of like getting excited for Kids Bop.
Yeah,
And
that's
Alvin's hitting on human chicks.
It's really weird.
What the heck is that? This movie's really pro bestiality, guys.
But they soon face some stiff competition when they meet the Chipettes, a beautiful, talented trio of chipmunks discovered by Ian, David Cross, the boy's evil ex-manager. And that he basically just does the same thing he did in the first movie, like to the letter.
Must have had quite a deja vu experiment.
It's like the writer of this movie just like wanted to make a high school comedy and they like forced him to write like an Alvin and the Chipmunks film, and he's like, oh, fine, I'll just write like 2 scenes and you can just take the rest of the first movie. That's what they did. Oh, but Joe Layden says, undeniably funny.
Who's Joe Layden?
He's from Daily Variety.
Well, I will never be reading or subscribing to Daily Variety in my life because
Were you already subscribed to
if I
Daily
would,
Variety?
if I was ever going to consider it.
Is anyone subscribed to
This
Daily
is
Variety?
true. That's a good point. I think that review shows why no one cares about Daily Variety.
Yeah, but my general thoughts on this movie is like, the first one, it was like stupid kids film. You know, where it's like, if you have it on and you're like 5-year-old sitting there and just laughing at the stupid physical humor and fart jokes, you can kind of, you know, just doing something else, kind of glance at the TV, you know.
It's not, you don't feel like it's going to make your kids dumber for watching it.
Yeah,
Make them dumber.
but then they realized that that's what they wanted to do, is make their kids stupider. So they just made this movie, the Squeakquel.
Yeah, your kids will become stupid if they watch this, just so you know.
It's kinda
That should
sad.
actually be the warning label on the box cover.
My
Warning,
favorite thing.
your kids will
My
be
favorite thing is
stupid.
literally on the front of the box. You have like Alvin's wearing a hat he never wears in the movie, but it's like so badly photoshopped onto his head.
Look at
Like
his
I don't know if you can see how terrible that job is. But
Oh my
it's
god, that is
Remember
really
the
bad.
hood he was wearing in the first one? The
That's
cover of
right.
The first one? Never wore that hood.
Every time they want him to have something on his head for some reason. Like we don't understand who he is unless he's wearing something like a hat.
Does he wear
Like
that?
he's the Abraham Lincoln.
Wait.
Does he wear that Hawaiian shirt? that's on the-
Chipmunks.
This is like
on
my
the
problem
chipmunk?
with most like kids movies nowadays. But why is this PG? Why do we need the PG material in there?
Wait, it says PG, and then
This
there's
is for
black
5-year-olds.
bars. Do you see
Yeah.
that?
What the heck?
I guess they're censoring why it's PG.
They don't want parents to know.
There are black bars where it would normally say, "Oh, this is why it's PG."
I mean, I guess it's PG because. I mean, it's PG because they have like.
I've never seen that.
Never seen that before in my life.
I mean, it's PG, I guess, because they have like adult humor in it that's like kind of blatant. But it's like, first of all, most kids' movies have that every once in a while. Even Toy Story has adult jokes that
Yeah, like
you wouldn't.
adult.
But here's the thing: you gotta do it right. Like Toy Story did it right. It's really subtle.
Well,
You're
the
not
plot
gonna notice
has
it
to,
with a
like,
kid.
this is what they don't understand, is like, the plot has to be naturally interesting to adults for them to enjoy it. If you get, like, a bunch of
Like Toy
chipmunks,
Story.
if you get a bunch of chipmunks running around on the screen, breaking stuff and singing, and then you throw in, like, 3 adult jokes, that's not gonna make the movie okay for adults.
No.
It's just gonna stand out as weird, you
It's
know?
just really weird. It's like, why do we need kids learning about
This is
big
most
butts or
definitely
whatever?
not for any adults. This is for little kids.
It's for,
And
like,
it seems like
6-year-olds.
every time they do these like adult jokes, they're like trying to like, it's like giving ice water to like the adults in the theater who are just parched for content. I swear they should just like allow cell phone uses in these theaters that show these movies. I mean,
They should just drop their kids off and lock the doors.
you know what? I don't even think kids should be seeing these movies though. So that's the thing.
No, because like, why would you show? I have a question. Why would you show your kids Alvin the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel, when you can show your kids something like, oh, I don't know, Finding Nemo, or any other Pixar? Hell, Cars 2 over this.
Because a lot of parents don't
Wait,
think of
what?
when they show their kids movies.
Like,
They're
show
just like,
kids.
oh, I want to distract my kid for
But
2 hours.
You know what I'm saying? Like, show kids a smart movie at least.
But they're kids. Who cares? They're just gonna sit there.
Their parents, you know, aren't you know, a lot of parents.
This is like
don't-
such a. I really think this is true. This is such a stupid dichotomy parents have. Like, for movies that they are gonna watch. You know,
Right? They think about it.
They
They're
really
like,
go look into it. But like, if it's you hear the excuse, it's just for my kid.
Here's the thing.
Do they
like,
say
like,
that
they-
about?
Here's what they do. Oh, the rating's PG. Well, it's Chipmunks. That must be okay.
Does the same logic apply for like other things? Like oh, you want to go bungee jumping? Okay, they're just kids. No, that's like.
Oh, you want to eat rat poison? Well, it's just kids. Whatever.
Well, it's like parents don't use that logic anywhere else.
But you know, a lot of
It's true.
parents aren't
No,
into movies.
here's a good example.
To the point where
Actually, this is a perfect example. Hey, oh, you just want to eat a ton of candy all day? Okay, you're just a kid.
What's the thing? Like parents watch
What
what their
parent
kids.
does that?
They watch what their kids eat. They watch what they do. They watch what they, the
But
rating of the
apparently,
movie.
as long as it's PG or under, or a cartoony looking movie, okay.
But here's the thing. A lot of parents really aren't that much into films. You know, we can say otherwise, but
Right.
you know, it's like
Sure.
they're just looking for something to distract their kids for 2 hours, and they don't look up at all like in the movie, they're just like, oh, that's a kids movie.
But
so
that's the
we'll just
thing,
give that.
you know,
They
like-
don't care about quality. They just care about the distraction.
What I would say to parents like that is that there are resources that they've made to allow you to do this, like Rotten Tomatoes, a site like that.
But they don't think about movies being bad. They just think about movies are movies.
But what I'm
whether
saying
they're
is
good or bad.
it's not a hard thing to do. Just like you might do for a movie you want to see, you might see, oh, is this good? Are people saying good things about it? Your kids care too. Maybe your 5-year-old is gonna laugh no matter what, but they're gonna get a lot more out of something like a Pixar film.
Or at the very least, they're gonna cherish those memories more. Like, I watched Barney's Great Adventure when I was a kid. Do I cherish the memories of watching Barney's Great Adventure though?
Yes.
No. You know the memories I cherish though? Land Before Time, the original. Toy Story. Finding Nemo. I love those movies as a kid, and I can go back to those movies now and feel like I was when I was a kid.
I went to the theater very, very, very sparingly in my young years because my parents hated the movie theater. But I did see, but my grandma took me to see Finding Nemo in the theater. It was the second choice, actually. She didn't have the movie we wanted. But thank God we did, because I really remember that theater going experience to this day. It really has stuck with me. But like my parents dragged me to Rugrats in Paris, and I had to sit through that. And sure.
Well, I liked that movie when I was 6.
It was probably maybe entertaining when I was 6, but definitely not something I'm gonna cherish in my heart and say, oh, good times. I can't.
And to be fair, like certain movies that aren't necessarily good, like the Pokemon movies, I still enjoy. Some of them.
At least Ash dies in that one. They have to.
Oh, it's a terrible movie. But
No. I mean,
dies
even movies that are terrible,
it
like,
depends.
No. If they're terrible, still, you should. What I'm saying is, like, you find it nostalgic because you like Pokemon, not because of the movie.
And I mean, I get it. To be fair, I watched Junk as a kid, and Junk every once in a while is fine. But the fact like kids are watching this more than like say Pixar movies, that's what concerns me.
Yeah, when I see a good like children's movie flop like Hugo, but
that's the thing.
But,
just because it's made by Martin Scorsese, an acclaimed director, doesn't mean
it's
kids
just an
are going to
example
enjoy
because it happens
it.
all the time. But you know what I mean? It's like these stupid movies like Minions and Alvin the Chipmunks
like,
and Ice Age sequels getting all this money.
Like, I go help out at a camp, summer camp, and I'll hear what these kids are talking about, like the movies. They're like, oh yeah, I saw SpongeBob Sponge out of water, and I'm like, well, to be fair, that wasn't a terrible movie, but did you guys see Inside Out? Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna go see that. You haven't seen that already?
Any like small hit, like any of those Japanese imports, like I can't.
Yeah.
I can never find kids who have seen Spirited Away.
But
I
we're
can never
talking
find
about,
kids.
with these kind of movies, we're talking about formula working here because, especially the marketing, do people
Like,
identify
here's
this
the
as a
thing.
kids movie,
Right.
That's what
Well,
parents
here's
just
what they're
brainlessly-
doing. Here's what they're doing. Alvin and Chipmunks was a cartoon in the 80s. The people who grew up with it are probably parents now, a lot of them.
Mhm.
Or at least they remember their younger siblings maybe watching it. And they're like, oh, Alvin and Chipmunks, there's a movie. I kind of remember that. Sure, that's a child-friendly thing. Let's bring our kids to that. That's what they did with Smurfs, what they did with Garfield, and all these other movies like Scooby-Doo. It's just a formula. They take that kids thing that people remember, and, oh, look, let's bring our kids to that.
That's the problem with movies today is, I think when it comes to children's movies, we're definitely seeing a kind of a decline in quality when it comes to studios other than Pixar and DreamWorks, really. Like any other studio just says, oh, it's for kids, so we don't really need to try that much. We just throw a trailer in front of people and they'll take their kids to go see it.
And there's some that are okay, like the Despicable Me movies, but when you get to Minions, I mean, that one's blatantly for 4-year-olds.
Well, I know, and it's when I see this downward trend in all these sequels, like how many Ice Age films? 5, I think there are,
The 5th one's coming out next year.
The 4th Alvin and the Chipmunks movie, all these stupid sequels that we just don't want to see, but for some reason parents still take their kids.
If anything, when it comes to like, again, going back to old properties being brought back for kids movies, why don't you show your kids the old cartoons? Maybe they'd like it. I've shown my nephew like Wishbone and stuff I grew up on, and he likes it.
Well, it's not like there's nothing new that's good either. It's just you gotta weed it out. There's a lot of stuff today. You just gotta find the stuff that is good and seek it out because they deserve their money.
Exactly. Just because they're kids doesn't mean you should just throw whatever.
Just because a studio has a
bullcrap at
bajillion
them.
dollars to market their movie doesn't mean that's the movie you should see.
Yeah.
All right. So, final thoughts on the Squeakquel?
It's a generic plot I literally saw this plot earlier this year. Gem in a hologram.
So they're still using this plot.
Yeah, they are. This movie is terrible. It's a shame to musicals. It's a shame to kids' movies. This movie will make your kids stupid. So if you want a dumb kid, show them this movie, I guess.
So I guess we're really glad we showed Sean this great entry into this series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
Isn't this
really
truly?
makes me want to watch
It was
other
the
ones.
only one I could find at Walmart. It was at the bottom of the Blu-ray bin.
I wish we could get
more.
a shot of us just digging into the. Okay, I'm gonna tell this story.
That guy.
That was wonderful.
So we're digging into the Blu-ray bin to try and find an Alvin and the Chipmunks film to watch.
All three of us.
Yeah, so we're all digging in this bin
we
frantically.
look like idiots. We're like
getting in there, and this guy just kind of nonchalantly walks up and he's like, "So, what movie you looking for, guys?" And then we look up to him, and I start laughing because I can't hold myself. And then Sean's like, "Oh, Alvin and the Chipmunks." And then
I was like, I know this is gonna sound stupid. I have to say it.
Alvin and the Chipmunks, and he's like, "Why would you do that?" And we're like, yeah, that's what we've been asking ourselves this whole time." But we suffered through it.
Oh my god, suffer's the right word.
So,
what did you think, Brandon?
It's not the most painful thing I ever watched.
Oh, for
in fact,
sure.
I found this movie entertaining in the sense that we were ripping it apart while we watched it. So, you know,
it's fun in that way.
It was
but
more
I-
entertaining than
trying
if I'd
to-
been sitting there on my own watching it.
I'm trying to imagine watching it by itself. It'd be
Torture.
Yes, it'd be excruciatingly painful.
This is a new form of torture that they should consider for terrorists.
They really should. I think that
Like
this
the
would be more
jigsaw
effective.
guy comes on the screen. He's like, "You have to watch."
Yeah, just tape you to a chair and just be like.
Do you think
"Must
that's
make
what?
it through the
You
entire
think that's what
Do
they
the
were doing?
Clockwork Orange where
No,
you
no, no. That's
keep your
what
eyes
Shane.
open?
That's what they were doing to Han Solo in Empire Strikes Back when they're torturing him on Cloud
It's just,
City.
the Squeakquel is just.
No, the Squeakquel! Alvin? Holla! The cheese balls are in the house. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a cheese balls man. No time.
It's really bad.
It's really
I
bad.
mean, it's not the worst thing ever, but it's
But I
pretty
can
bad.
see why kids might enjoy it. But
Sure.
as someone looking at it from like an actual movie perspective,
I mean, like, and another thing, like, even if you're gonna show someone something that maybe you as an adult wouldn't like, why don't you show your kids something that'll at least make them smart, like teach them
I swear
something,
your kids could be
you know?
entertained by like anything as long as it's colorful and flashy. Like if you could just flip on an epilepsy test and it would just flash a bunch of colors and they'd be like, "Oh my god!" Or they'd have a seizure and die.
They die.
So that was the Squeakquel.
And we're still alive.
Want to go see another one?
Yeah!
There's one in theaters right now.
What's
There
it
is?
called?
It's called The Road Ship.
Oh
don't get it.
boy!
Get road, like the driving road.
What's a road?
There's a new one. You want to go see it?
Yeah!
Let's go see the new movie. I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Yeah!
Alright guys, I snuck outside to film this because little do Sean and Brandon know, I am not actually torturing them and taking them to go see The Road Ship. No, we're going to see a little movie made by Quentin Tarantino called The Hateful Eight. But they don't know this, so I'm going to take them to the theater the entire way, them thinking after watching the Squeakquel that we're actually going to go see The Road Ship when my brain couldn't comprehend greater torture at this point. So let's see let's see if what their reaction is going to be when we get there. I'll try to film that. But yeah, they're pretty excited to see The Road Ship, so I hope they aren't let down or anything. All right, let's see how it goes. All right, guys. You guys ready?
Oh
You
yeah!
guys pumped? I'm cold. Brandon looks excited.
I'm so excited for the road trip. Oh yeah!
All right, you guys have to be standing over here so you can't be near me because it's going to be funny. All right. I will touch to get started.
You have to ask for them. It's funnier.
You gotta be. What did I say about standing over there? Over there. That's right. That's right. Keep going. Yep. That's what's available, guys. All right. Oh yeah. All right, guys. So it's weird. I think they spelled the name of this movie wrong. See if you can see. They spelled the name of that
So
movie
we're seeing
wrong.
Hateful Eight instead.
I think they spelled the name of this movie wrong, Brandon.
Come on, just watch the Squeakquel. We have to see this movie.
No, I think they spelled the name of it wrong.
No, we're seeing this movie.
All right. Yeah, I kind of made this as a joke. You didn't have to. You don't have to see it, Sean. It's okay.
I wanted to see it in 77 anyways.
Too bad. You're seeing it now.
No, I'm seeing it in 77.
And you can still see it in 77.
Well, I don't see it in 77 tomorrow.
Good friend.
You want to do that? Okay.
I guess he's disappointed. Are you disappointed?
I want to see this in 77, so yes, I am. Yes, this is in 77.
Who cares?
It'll be later.
Besides, you made me watch Alvin and the Chipmunks too.
I know, that was part of the joke.
Oh my god, you're an ass.
Good person. Can you believe this?
Literally no reason when I could have been watching Django Unchained.
Wait, so are you relieved, at least? That you don't actually have to go see?
I'm pleasantly surprised.
That's good. I wanted to do something for you.
I honestly thought that we were going to
I
see
know.
the road
I was like the whole drive. I'm like, they actually think they're going to see this movie.
Yeah.
I was like feeling it inside. Just the thought of seeing the movie was torture.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to give you guys a huge sigh of relief.
Oh, that's nice of you. Thanks.
You're welcome. Yeah. As I said, I think Tarantino beats Alvin and the Chipmunks.
All right, let's go.
All right, party pooper.
I'm just saying, I don't want to. If I'm gonna see a terrible movie,
It's going to be fun.
It should
for
be
no
fun.
reason.
So, Sean, how was Alvin and the Chipmunks, the road trip?
Oh, it was amazing. Samuel L. Jackson's in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, it was really weird. There's a lot of more blood than I thought there'd be in a kids movie.
Yeah, and like Kurt Russell kind of looked like a chipmunk, I guess, in this film.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
You know,
It's interesting they took it in an Old West theme.
yeah, that was really.
And added a lot
I did
of
not
R-rated
see that
violence and
turn.
language.
There was no songs either. I mean, no like actual singing from any of the characters.
Well, that one girl sang.
there was. The one chick
Yeah,
sang.
that's true. the
She
one
wanted
chick-
She was a chipette.
Yeah.
She was okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
One
one
chipette
chipette in this movie.
did sing.
Okay, Sean. So, as the viewers are aware, I may have pulled a bait and switch on our good friends here.
Yeah.
What? No.
The story goes,
No.
we had just seen Point Break remake in theaters about 3 days ago.
Fair enough.
It was the biggest torture of my life. I don't know about Sean's. Probably Sean's too.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
true.
close,
That's
yeah.
fair.
I'd rather be waterboarded than watch Point Break again. So,
I'd rather be waterboarded in the ocean.
to avoid any further pain and suffering, I thought, let's put ourselves through a Squeakquel, and then I might reward the diligence with a better film.
Yeah.
Now, Sean.
I was mentally prepared for a bad movie. I was like, all right, we're just gonna get through this piece of crap movie. Get
To
it
be
done.
fair, you didn't know it was going to be bad.
This
Alvin
could've
and the
been
Chipmunks 4.
It could have been amazing.
Yeah, Alvin
We
Show's
did.
been amazing.
You know,
This movie
you're
was
right.
terrible.
We may have just missed out on the best movie of the year, Shane, because of you. You never know.
At a 16% on Rotten Tomatoes, really convincing.
I know, right?
Okay, so
But I mentally prepared myself to watch this. And I had also posted, yep, I'm going to watch this so I can see the new one and review it. So
well,
now there are people who think I'm going to review it.
and then I thought at the same time, like of all the movies to skip in 2015,
True.
probably the number one
Fair
contender for me.
enough.
And I'd be like, Alvin and the Chipmunks 4. I'm like, yep, that's probably the biggest one. So instead, we watched The Hateful Eight. Very different movie.
Yeah, that was considerably different.
Yes. So what did you think of The Hateful Eight, Brandon?
It was good.
Yeah, it's good. How about you, Sean? What did you think of The Hateful
It
Eight?
was really, really good.
All right, I thought it was good too. Thanks, guys, for watching our video reaction to
Yeah.
the.
Hateful Eight? What?
No.
How
Yeah,
did-
it was really great. Cinematography is great. The amazing. I love what they were able to do with the camera in such a small area, and the outside landscapes were gorgeous. The blizzard shots were just excellent, and all the acting, of course, expected from a Tarantino film, was excellent. Really surprising performance from Channing Tatum. I'm not used to him doing great performances.
After I saw Foxcatcher, he sold me. So.
Yeah, I have not seen Foxcatcher. So,
he can act, guys, believe it or not.
Yeah, but Tarantino, blew it out of the park again.
I think Samuel Jackson has once again topped himself in a Quentin Tarantino film.
And this might have been his most vulnerable situation yet.
I mean, he was incredibly good, good in this. And it's like you can't talk about the plot too much because it's like a play, and it would just spoil things. And so we're not gonna talk about it because it's like just go see the movie.
Yeah, I would say technicals, it's really good. I love the fact that they used soundtrack that was going to be originally used in John Carpenter's The Thing back in '82, but John Carpenter switched it out for his own thing, which is awesome, anyways.
And this is The Thing, pretty much.
It basically is in a lot of ways, including Kurt Russell being in the movie,
which is really strange. So they got the composer from The Thing, the original, and they got an actor from The Thing, and the same premise from The Thing.
Yeah.
And has Tarantino talked about The Thing? Because it'd be really weird if he hasn't.
Probably in some interview. I haven't heard it.
Because this just seems heavily inspired by...
Oh, I'm sure. There was also other music from Exorcist 2. I love that very much.
Yeah, Reagan's theme.
Good old Reagan's theme.
Yes, Reagan's theme from Exorcist 2.
Probably the greatest thing from Exorcist 2.
Yeah,
it's the only good thing from Exorcist 2, good sir. And then, I liked a lot of the choices he did with this movie.
Very well written
script. Without going into too much. I am going back tomorrow to see it again in 70mm because that was my initial.
So Sean will report
thing.
Whether or not it is a much bigger experience.
Unfortunately, that goes away after the 31st.
Yeah, but you can at least give a contrast.
I can at least say which one would be better, which is kind of cool. That was my initial plan to just see it the first time in 70th, but whatever, that's fine. I still got to see it twice now. That's cool.
Yeah, for me, this is probably my favorite Quentin Tarantino film, personally. I really just loved it from beginning to end. It was a 3-hour-long movie.
Pulp Fiction.
What?
What in Pulp Fiction?
Pulp Fiction isn't one of my favorites. It's actually towards the bottom.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because I guess my ranking...
That's not for me, for sure.
I guess my ranking would be this, probably, then Inglourious Bastards, then probably Django Unchained, the Kill Bills. Actually, Reservoir Dogs above the Kill Bills, sorry.
Yeah, it's
Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bills, Pulp Fiction, and I have not seen Jackie Brown.
So. Jackie Brown will be your bottom.
Yeah, probably will
I
be.
just finished that. It took me
not anything against Pulp Fiction. I really enjoy it. I'm a guy who's a sucker for thrilling stories, and it's just kind of like the least thrilling story for me of all of his tales,
Okay.
It's just a lot of dialogue, and I like that. It's fine. It's just not as much my thing as the cool story, driven plot.
Yeah, this definitely had a really great story.
Yeah.
I was invested from the first second of the movie. It was really good. I mean, it is one of the best movies of the year easily. I don't think that's even really a question.
I agree. Yeah.
I would definitely 40% Rotten Tomatoes to say otherwise.
Yeah, well.
Some people are hating this film. I have a friend who's like, "Oh, this is too much like a play," and I'm like, "That's just the style of the film." I mean.
Yeah, if it works, I'm okay with it. Yeah, I mean, if he was saying it tried to be a play but didn't work, then If
it was like a poorly written one, then
I get it.
This was extremely well written, so it's like, how can you criticize that?
Like, 12 Angry Men, that's like a play.
And calling this movie slow is just ridiculous. This movie is it's just the style of the film, but everything that happened in this movie kept me interested. Every piece of dialogue.
I would question I want to call this movie slow. I would not say this is slow, but what do you want then?
I know, it's like
Transformers.
What will make you happy? What can make you happy? Apparently nothing. No.
Those are those kind of people, I swear.
Yeah, it's where it's like when they're doomed from the second they enter the theater, they will hate whatever it is. We saw this movie, we liked it. From now on, we'll probably be actually seeing terrible films in theaters. But I thought, for the pilot episode, let's change it up a little bit.
Okay.
And I think we all were a little for the better.
Fair enough.
We needed a little break from horribleness. this.
2015 has given me 6 half-star movies.
Point Break with Sean and A Very Merry Christmas with Brandon. I was pretty much done with
yeah, fair enough.
done with some bad films for a while. Well, yeah, it was good. Go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe. The button should be somewhere. I don't know, but it's there somewhere. Yeah. What else do you want me to say?
And then stay tuned on his channel for more videos of us watching god-awful movies and riffing them. And then make sure to check out youtube.com/SeanTheFilmPlayer.
Thanks for watching.
Why are you trying to embarrass me?
We're jocks. We're idiots.